I have lots of book mail that I'm excited to show with you guys, and it is from Amazon and from bookshop.com and independent bookstores, and there are tons of books in this haul. So let's just get into it. If you guys like videos like this, be sure to subscribe because I upload videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So it's 3 times a week, lots of book chats and fun. Oh my gosh, my bicep is literally about to fall off. So let's get into this haul. Before I unbox new books, I want to show you guys some of the books that I've picked up in recent book shopping vlogs, and I'll link the vlogs below if you guys want like a detail, in detail chat about each book, because I'm just gonna kind of talk through each one and just like say the title and the author. I picked up Meet Cute Diary by Emery Lee. I also picked up The Way I Used to Be, and this is by Amber Smith, and this is a book that has been highly talked about on TikTok. I also, oh my gosh, I'm literally about to drop all of these books. I also picked up Kyland, and this is by Mia Sheridan. And then I picked up Some Girls Do by Jennifer Dugan. I picked up Collided by Lauren Asher, and I got this because I own the first book in the Dirty Air series and I haven't read it yet, but I know I'm gonna want to immediately jump into the second one because her series are so good. I also picked up Taking Chances by Molly Adams, and this is a book that whenever I shared it on Instagram after I did my little like book shopping haul, so many of you guys were like, oh my god, that book is incredible, you have to read it ASAP. So I'm definitely pushing that up on my TBR. And I also picked up Accidentally Engaged by Farrah Heron, and then I got Imogene, obviously, which I love the cover of this book. It's so cute, and it's by Becky Albertalli. And then I got Ties That Tether, and this is by Jane Igaro, and I've heard this is a really good book from so many of you. I also picked up Nate Plus One by Kevin Van Wy. Then I also got 2 more books, Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert, and then I got The Romantic Agenda by Claire Kahn. And these are, again, all books that I've talked through in my book shopping, book shopping / vlog haul thing, and I will link that video if you guys want to watch it and like hear what each book is about. I just don't want to go through all 12 because I've literally already done that. Some other books that I picked up in the vlogs and over on Instagram are these 3 right here. I'm going to talk through these because you might have actually missed these because these were not in like specific shopping vlogs. I think that these were in reading vlogs, and like some book mail came in and I wanted to show it to you guys. The first book that I got is Our Scorching Summer, and this is by Kels and Denise Stone. This just looks like the perfect summer read. It says, Nico Navarro and I are friends. His signature grin and playfulness are charming except when you're on the receiving end of his self-absorbed personality. The worst part, he's ridiculously gorgeous and he knows it. For years, I've dealt with Nico's incessant flirting by keeping my occasional fantasies about him strictly between me, my keyboard, and my vibrator. We're both players and not interested in settling down. He's never been in love and I refuse to commit to someone again. Besides, Nico is my best friend's brother-in-law, so he's strictly off limits. Just friends. But when I suddenly lose my job, fail a class, and a man faints inside me, yes, inside me, all rationality falls by the wayside. One out-of-character decision later, I find myself on an international venture with the irresponsible playboy. Our spontaneous vacation is filled with a steamy arrangement and the uncovering of my decade-long secret. I'm quickly becoming Nico's new obsession, and the rules I've kept to protect my heart start to crumble with each new lavish travel destination we visit. Can I let myself fall in love again? Or will our summer fling end up in flames? This looks really good. It definitely looks really spicy. I didn't know it was this spicy, but literally I should have just read the back. I think I just looked at the cover on Instagram and I was like, this cover just looks like so cute for summer, and that's why I got it. Also got this book called You Bet Your Heart by Danielle Parker. This is a book that actually just came out and I'm so excited to read this one, and it just looks like the cutest little story. It says Sasha Johnson's son might not know everything, like how to fully heal heal after her dad's passing or how many more Saturdays her mom can spend cleaning houses. But the one thing Sasha is sure of, she will graduate as Skyline's High's class valedictorian. So pretty much she is like someone who gets straight A's and stuff all the time, and then she ends up like kind of battling it out with someone else who's trying to get valedictorian. And so it says that Sasha and Ezra agree on a best of 3 bet as they go head to head in a series of academic challenges. They're forced to not only re-examine why they drifted apart because they used to be friends, but also to figure out who they've become since. With her future hanging in the balance, Sasha must decide either honor her family's sacrifices by winning at all costs or let go and give her heart a shot at finding happiness. And this is a debut author, and like the cover is so cute, and Elise Bryant said that she loved this book, and she wrote Reggie and Delilah's Year Falling, and I love that book, so I had to get it. And then the last book that I got that I showed in the vlogs, and I showed this one I think on Instagram, the other 2 I showed in the vlogs, but I got Mad Honey, I cannot talk today, and this is by Jodi, I don't know her name exactly, someone tell me how to say it below because I'm not quite sure, and it's by Jennifer Finney Boylan. And I actually didn't know that this is a thriller, but I'm really excited to read it because, again, I've never read anything that she has written. But this is about someone who pretty much moves to a new area and like wants to start over again, I think. And when she goes to the school, her son goes to the school and meets this girl, Lily, and they seem to like really connect. And then Lily ends up coming up missing. And I guess that Adam, the person that is friends with Lily, his dad is someone who kind of seems like a bad guy, and maybe like they were running from him or something. That's just kind of the vibe that I'm getting from like the insert of this book. And it says that Lily's dead and Asher is being questioned by the police. Olivia, not Adams, I meant Asher. Olivia is adamant that her son is innocent, which is the mom, but she would be lying if she didn't acknowledge the flashes of his father's temper in Ash. And as the case against him unfolds, she realizes she's hidden more than he's shared with her. It says it's a riveting novel of suspense, an unforgettable love story, and a moving and powerful exploration of the secrets we keep and the risks we take in order to become ourselves. Looks so freaking good. So those are all of the 15 books that I have showed in the vlogs, and I am really excited to finally get into some of these packages. This first package I think just has 1 book in it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's just 1. And it is called Colliding with Fate by A.E. Valdez. I got this because I actually own A Worthy Love, and I did not know that A Worthy Love by A.E. Valdez is the 2nd book in this series. And one of you guys actually said if you have A Worthy Love, you need to read Colliding with Fate first. So I picked this up. I've read one of A.E. Valdez's book, or 2 of her books before, and they were in the same series, but I wasn't a huge fan of that series. But I always feel like if it's an author that I am enjoying, but not like necessarily obsessed with, I still will try some of their other series just to see how I feel about it. Perfect example is Christina C. Jones. I read the book Behind the Scenes by her, and it was good. It was like, I think 3.5 stars maybe. It was pretty good, just like average. Recently read her book, Think I Might Love You, and literally obsessed with it. And so I feel like I always want to give authors just a second chance just to, I don't know, make me fall in love with them. And this one says, Kyrell Knight believes life is a game to be played and thoroughly enjoyed. He rarely takes anything seriously, lives in the moment, and indulges in as much pleasure with women as possible. But the sarcasm, money, and women are an attempt to erase the memories of his past as he tries to forget what he came from. It works until his past wants to be part of his present. Kyrell connects with Quinn Halifax at their mutual best friend's engagement party. They spark up a friendship that quickly turns to flames when it becomes superficial, no strings attached relationship. Kyrell is struggling with his past while Quinn is trying to secure her future. Neither is looking for more, but fate has other plans. What happens when 2 people collide with fate? And I am really excited to read this because I feel like the other book that I read by A.E. Valdez was a little too short, and I feel like I didn't get enough of the love story. So this is like a actual like regular size book versus the other one was kind of like a novella. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. This next package I think has 2 books in it. I love unboxings because honestly just like snapping open the boxes is very satisfying. And yeah, this has 2 books in it, and the first book is Water Under the Bridge, and this is by Kels and Denise Stone. So I picked this up because you guys told me that the Scorching book that I literally just talked about is actually the second book in this series by this author, or these 2 authors. So I wanted to get this one, and everyone said that they really like this one too. It says, Avery Soko, a bright-eyed and ambitious do-gooder, is on the cusp of getting her dream fundraising job at the Oceanic Research Organization. Luca Navarro, a former corporate lawyer with an extravagant tie collection and an irritatingly handsome smirk, holds Avery's future in his very large hands. When he calls with the news of her rejection, Luca seems to revel in crushing her dreams. But Avery will do anything to pursue her passion, even accept a job at a struggling startup. Her spell of bad luck finally changes when a competition is announced at a gala that could save her and her new team from going under. Of course, Avery's least favorite person, Luca, also joins the running for the multi-million-dollar prize. At the height of the competition, Avery and Luca realize they've met their match. Will the tense moments, absurd attempts to outdo each other, and the string of games and bets they've concocted turn into a series of failures, or will it make them into something more of adversaries? So I am just like someone who I literally cannot read a second book in a series if I haven't read the first one, so that's why I got this book. I also got Chasing River, and this is by a debut author, and these 2 authors are actually debut authors as well. I've really been enjoying reading books by debut authors because I feel like I love like being put on somebody first, you know what I mean? And this is by MC Sakala, and it says, Lips of Honey and Eyes of Fire, Armani Nandi was always the good girl. She was always the girl with the perfect grades, the one who never broke the rules and almost never went out. She thrived off of academic validation, always striving for the top spot and nothing less. Her parents expected nothing less than perfection from her, and she'd always known it. What kind of daughter would she be if she were to ever let them down? But what happens when she gets cast away to one of the most prestigious art academies in France, all on her own, no parents, no rules, and all the freedom she could have asked for? But rumor has it that something's not quite right at St. Catherine's, that there's doors opening past midnight, pathways that lead to nowhere, and hushed secrets. Armani is about to learn that sometimes the skeletons hidden in one's closet tend to resurrect. Armani made herself and her parents one single promise: no boys until after college, but that was until she found herself entangled in the beautiful chaos that was her art class rival, River Kennedy. It was clear that he was one of God's favorites, with silvery blue eyes and looks that could kill. He was art, but every masterpiece has a story behind it, and Rivers happened to be crashing into him and drowning him all at once. This looks so good. I'm so excited to read this. And this is about like 424 pages, it looks like. Oh my God, like look at the art inside this book. I need to read this like literally ASAP. I'm really excited for this one, again by a debut author, and the cover is so cute. The last package is another big one, and I'm excited for this one because it is huge. Literally, I don't even remember what I bought. A lot of the time I'll just put stuff in boxes, or not in boxes, I'll put stuff into my Amazon cart and let it sit there, or in my bookshop.com cart and let it sit there, and then I'll come back for it later. And whenever it gets to be like 10 books or 20 books or something, then I'll just click order, and we have a lot of books in here. Let's see. Whoa, oh my gosh, one of them is like smushed. Oh. These are a lot of books that I feel like you guys haven't heard about, because I hadn't heard of a lot of them before I ordered them. So the first book that I picked up is called When the Stars Fall by Emery Rose, and this actually is an alternate cover. I think the cover, like old cover, has like a dude on it, and you guys know how I feel. I do not like want men on my covers, so I like this cover a lot better. On the back it says, growing up, Jude McAllister was the bane of my existence, my best friend, fiercest ally, the most annoying boy in the world. At 18, the boy I loved to hate became the man I couldn't live without. We were young, madly in love, invincible, strong enough to weather any storm, cocky enough to believe that no amount of time or distance could destroy us. When Jude finally returned home from overseas, it should have been cause for celebration, but the man I'd fallen in love with was gone, and in his place was someone I no longer recognized. I can't do this, the note said. I'm sorry. Now after 6 long years, he's back, only my heart, it doesn't beat just for him anymore. Wow, this looks so intense, and yeah, I'm excited to read this. Again, it's an alternate cover. This book I have heard about on TikTok, and the person who read this book literally was raving about it. And it's called Fate by Millie Belizaire. And this one, I can't remember if I said this is called When the Stars Fall by Emery Rose. On the back it says, fast, adjective, a girl or guy who is quick to engage in sexual activities, oftentimes used to shame, oftentimes used to blame victims for their own abuse. After the untimely death of her mother, Capri Lattimore has to move in with her grandmother. At 8 years old, life as she knows it is turned upside down. The trauma of losing her mother is made worse when the introduction of Marcel, her grandmother's adult son, who still lives in the home. Fast is a standalone that spans 20 years, separated in 3 acts. We watch Capri grow from 8 years old to 16 years old to 28 years old. She gets hurt, she falls in love, she grows, and just might overcome. Fast is a story written about victims who were made to feel like their abuse was their own fault. This is so sad. I literally didn't even read the back of this. I just heard the girl on TikTok saying that it's like such an incredible book and you have to read it. And so I was like, you know what? I love incredible books, and I love books by either Black authors or Black characters. I'm buying it, and I did. So I didn't even read the back. So this one definitely looks like a very intense book. So keep that in mind if you end up ordering this one. The next book that I ordered is called Rewrite Our Story by Kat Singleton. On the front it says, to the one that got away, I've always loved you even from a distance. And this is a alternate cover, I think, as well. On the back it says, Cade Jennings was always there for me when I needed him until he wasn't. I'd spent my entire life loving my best friend's older brother. Every single one of my birthday wishes was spent hoping Cade would finally notice me. And then one day he did. But not all love stories have happy endings. It's been years since I left the small town of Sutton Mountain. Devastated and heartbroken, I had used the pain to fuel a best-selling novel that solidified I'd never have to return. Until tragedy struck, forcing me to face the man who shattered my heart. I thought I'd be strong enough to see him again. I didn't expect the angry, broken man staring at me, but the more time we spend around each other, the more I see glimpses of the man I fell in love with. His touch still owns me, his kiss still brands me, and even after all this time, the feelings I have for him still consume me. Cade and I are unfinished business, and this time he's not letting me leave until we rewrite our story. How freaking cute. This looks so good. And then I also picked up this book, and this is by I think a debut author, and it's called Sight Unseen by Kasha Thompson. How cute is that cover? I'm literally in love with it. On the back it says, why not, and it's spelled K-N-O-T, take a chance at love. Evelyn Townsend is the friend your parents warned you about. She's always jumping off bridges with reckless abandon. So when a reality show promises the opportunity to meet her perfect match, Evelyn is all in. There's just one major catch. Her soulmate will be picked by a panel of experts, and she doesn't get to meet him until they're face to face at the end of the aisle. Quincy Parrish has played it safe his entire life. When he steps away out of his comfort zone and auditions for a reality TV show, he never expected to be picked. Quincy doesn't believe in the concept of soulmates, and the chances this arranged marriage will work out are slim to none. But he's messed up his love life for the past 35 years. Maybe a group of experts can do a better job. After the I do's comes the getting to know one another, living together, meeting the family, and revealing secrets, all while cameras follow their every move. Evelyn and Quincy can't deny their chemistry, but can they get past the spectacle of the ever-present cameras and crew to find something real? A chance at love is better odds than nothing, even if that means falling in love while the whole world is watching. I love a marriage of convenience trope, and I would say that this is kind of that, because obviously like they get married and it's more because I think like maybe he wants the fame or something, but this looks so cute. And the author, I think, is a debut author. I'm not 100% sure. It's called Sight Unseen by Kasha Thompson. And I love in the front that it also adds trigger warnings, and I feel like that's just so smart whenever you have like explicit content in books. And it says on the front the trigger warnings are moderate coarse language, sexually explicit scenes, foster care, domestic violence, not depicted in page, anxiety, panic attacks. So it's good to know if you're picking up this book. Then I also picked up this little novella. It's called Take a Chance by Miyeko May. It's spelled M-I-Y-E-K-O May, and this is a debut author. On the back it says, things don't always go to plan. Some might argue that the best things in life happen that way. While on vacation in Mexico, Cassandra and Cyrus unexpectedly crossed paths. Neither of them could have anticipated the feelings that spark between them, both old and new, but when they're forced to face those feelings head on, Cyrus and Cassandra must have a decision. Will they take a chance? And then it's only like 61 pages, so this is a very small book. So I'm excited for this one. Look at the cover. It looks so cute. I just feel like this would be a really quick read and something good maybe to get out of a slump. And then I also got this book by Brittany Cherry. It's called The Coldest Winter. And this is an author that so many of you guys have said that I need to read a book from, and this is her newest book. And it says, I didn't know he was forbidden until after our one-night stand. I met Milo Cordy during his self-destructive era, and he met me at the beginning of mine. That night, when we crossed paths at a college party, we only had one goal, to feel good during our hellstorm. After we parted ways, I had planned never to see him again. That was until I showed up for the first day as a student teacher and found him sitting right there before me. Now I was forced to cross paths with the person meant to be nothing more than a fading memory. The more time we spent together, the more drawn I felt toward him. When his world shifted for the worse, I couldn't help but lean in closer. I'd always done the right thing. For the first time ever, I wanted to do something very wrong. I wanted to fall in love with the one person who was off limits. The problem with falling for someone forbidden, once you begin to descend, you are destined to crash and burn. This looks so good. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all 23 of these book racks. I'm surprised I'm even holding all these. Like, oh my God. Literally, my arm is about to fall off. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to subscribe. Bye, guys.